My sister-in-law, a high-powered corporate lawyer, used her influence to file a malicious custody suit, claiming I was an unfit mother to get my children. I secretly documented her abusive, unprofessional behavior throughout the process and used her own toxic, recorded testimony to file a grievance that resulted in her being investigated, fired, and ultimately disbarred. My name is Sarah, and my life revolved around my two young children. Their father, Mark, was supportive, and we had a relatively quiet, happy life. The poison in our lives was Victoria, Mark's older sister. Victoria wasn't just a lawyer, she was a partner at a prestigious firm, specializing in aggressive corporate litigation. She viewed herself as the moral and financial superior of everyone in our family, especially me. Victoria saw my life as messy, chaotic, and beneath her. I was a freelance graphic designer, she was making 7 figures arguing in courtrooms. Her contempt wasn't subtle, it was a constant stream of passive-aggressive advice about my children's nutrition, education, and manners. She treated my home like a slum she was slumming in. Mark tried to mediate, but Victoria had a power over him, the power of the successful older sibling, that made him hesitant to ever truly cut her off. My breaking point came when she started telling our children, ages 5 and 7, that their mother didn't understand the real world and that they should come to Aunt Victoria's big house if they ever needed anything serious. It was emotional abuse by proxy, and I was done with it. I finally told Mark, it's her, or it's us. Mark, finally seeing the damage, stood up to her and firmly restricted her access to our family. Victoria didn't accept rejection. To her, this wasn't family drama, it was a legal challenge. She escalated the situation with a calculated move that shook our family to its foundation. One Tuesday morning, we were served with papers. They weren't a warning, they were a custody petition filed by Victoria, seeking temporary guardianship of our children. The claims were a venomous mix of lies and hyper-exaggerated truths. Financial instability, citing my freelance income as precariously unstable. Parental neglect, misrepresenting minor accidents as proof of chronic inattention. Our son had tripped over a rug, she claimed it was a lack of supervision. Unhealthy environment, claiming our home was unfit for children due to its clutter and distracting environment, i.e., my home studio. The sheer audacity was breathtaking. Mark was immediately ready to hire the most expensive defense lawyer. But I knew that Victoria's move wasn't about winning custody, it was about inflicting maximum pain and leveraging her legal status to tear our family apart. I realized her greatest weakness wasn't the law, it was her arrogance and her contempt for the legal process when it didn't serve her clients. As a corporate shark, she viewed family court as a minor league, filled with amateurs she could easily bully. I told Mark we wouldn't just defend ourselves. We would play the long game. We would hire a modest but competent family lawyer, and I would become the ultimate paralegal, a meticulous documentarian of Victoria's ethical decay. The legal process began, and I started my quiet campaign of data collection. I knew that in family court, character matters, and Victoria was about to reveal hers. My strategy was twofold: legal defense and ethical offense. Phase 1, the trap. I ensured that every interaction with Victoria was recorded, legally and ethically, according to state law, which allowed recording when I was a party to the conversation. Phone calls, all calls, where she made thinly veiled threats and used legal jargon to intimidate me, were recorded. Emails, I archived every email where she used her firm's letterhead and title to send personal, intimidating correspondence. Depositions, this was the gold mine. During her deposition, I coached my lawyer to allow Victoria to speak freely and reveal her contempt. The evidence vault, during her deposition, Victoria showed open hostility and professional contempt for everyone involved. Contempt for the court, she repeatedly referred to our family court judge as a low-level paper pusher and mocked our lawyer's clothing. Abuse of privilege, she bragged openly about the hourly rates of her corporate firm and claimed she would bury us in paperwork we couldn't afford to fight. Misuse of title. She explicitly stated that her firm's reputation gave her a clear advantage in the case, suggesting undue influence. I had the audio and video evidence of a high-profile corporate attorney admitting to abusing her professional status to settle a private family score. That was a direct violation of several state bar ethical codes, including those governing frivolous filings and conduct unbecoming of a lawyer. Phase 2, the counter-strike. While my lawyer focused on dismantling the fabricated custody claims, I drafted a separate, meticulously detailed grievance petition to the State Bar's Office of Chief Trial Counsel. I didn't file it yet. I waited for the legal process to deliver the final verdict on her custody case. The final family court ruling came down 4 months later. The judge, seeing through the malicious filing, dismissed Victoria's petition with extreme prejudice, noting that her claims were unsubstantiated and an egregious waste of judicial resources. We won, securing permanent protection against future harassment. Victoria, defeated but still arrogant, stormed out, swearing to appeal the decision. She was finished in family court, but her professional career was still intact. Until the next morning. I filed my grievance petition, attaching the full transcripts of her deposition where she admitted to abusing her title, the recordings of her threats, and the emails sent from her corporate account. I included the judge's final dismissal order as the ultimate proof of the malicious nature of her initial filing. The State Bar, unlike family court, moves with icy precision when ethical violations touch the legal status of a partner at a major firm. An investigation was launched immediately. Her high-powered firm, upon receiving the State Bar's formal inquiry and realizing the depth of the ethical violation and the risk to their own reputation, did not hesitate. Within 72 hours, Victoria was placed on mandatory, unpaid leave for conduct damaging to the firm's brand. She called Mark, not with threats, but with frantic, tearful pleas to get me to withdraw the grievance. Victoria, on the phone, recorded Sarah, "Please, this is going to ruin me. I'll lose my job. I'll lose everything. Just make it go away." Me, calmly, "Victoria, the grievance is based on your professional conduct in a legal proceeding. That is between you and the State Bar. I simply provided them with the evidence of your behavior." The firm didn't wait for the bar's final decision. She was fired for cause a week later. They cut off her income, her insurance, and her prestigious title. The final hammer fell 6 months later. The State Bar ruled that Victoria's conduct represented a clear misuse of the legal system for personal vendetta and a violation of the duties owed to the court and the public. She was stripped of her license. Disbarred. The woman who tried to use her law degree to destroy my family now had no job, no income, and no legal career left to leverage. Her legal authority, which she had used as a shield and a weapon, was gone forever. I got my children back, a legal protection order, and the satisfaction of knowing that the cost of her contempt was her entire professional identity. Justice wasn't about getting even, it was about watching the system she abused turn around and permanently erase her from the profession.